right now. We're actually recording prior to the meeting starting, and we're going to go through these little PowerPoint slides so people can see things in preparation of the event that we have today, and that you can look forward to some real money-making tools on the system. And those are some of the apps that you can add onto your phone. They're free real estate apps that you're going to add onto your phone. You can put that on right now. You should actually go to the Google or Play Store or the App Store and install the ICIWorld app. We're going to be getting everyone here in a moment to, let me see if I can minimize that. Yes, okay. So I think I've started, have I started recording? Let me just double check. This is cutting edge technology, so you get to see all the mistakes and warts and all while we're using the absolute cutting edge services that you could see cooking on the internet. We're actually recording this by way of a GoToMeeting, which is used by the Fortune 1000 companies. And while we're recording, we're broadcasting on the internet live. Now, we haven't invited anybody on the internet to listen to this because I just created this webinar about 10 minutes ago, but we are inviting all the members of this particular branch of Right at Home, of which there's close to 1,000 members, and we're sending out an email to all of the people inviting them to listen in. The nice thing about the email that we send out is if they cannot make it, as long as they register, they will get a copy of this event after the event. In other words, it's being recorded and you actually get a copy after the event. The people that are in the room, there's 3 of you at the moment. If you get an email and you record and you register for this event, you'll get a copy of this event after by email. So you can even register yourself even in the event right now. And then you'll get a copy of this event by email after the event. It'll be an MP4 video, which you'll be able to play and record it back. And it also will be putting it on YouTube after the event as well. We've got food coming. There's some pizza coming. We have 3 kinds of pizza. Yeah, make sure you take one of everything. Take one of everything. Yeah, one of everything. If you can.
Leave your business card in the...
So once we go through these PowerPoint slides once, we'll put something on the screen for all the early birds. All the early birds will have something special here. Is this yours, Doris? Okay. But, all right. So I'm just recording this now so people at home and in the future can actually read all the good deals being done. You know, how do you know which service on the internet is helping brokers and salespeople to make money? Well, how about a service that's been on the internet for over 20 years? The ICIWorld is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople, and we're going to be covering that in a moment. And we're going to actually cover that. I'll have it on the screen in a moment as well, Doris, just so you know. Sabrina was scheduled to do the session today, but could not make it. So we have Doris here, who I'm going to favorably introduce in a little while. She's also an instructor working with Floyd Wickman, for instance, and also helping instruct on ICIWorld as well. And then I will be suitably introduced in a moment. But we'll let all of these deals play through here. It's all done? Okay, very good. Yep. I'll be able to tell how many register in a little while. If you go on your phone, can you see if you got the email from Leanne? You got it already? If you register right now on that email that every one of you should got, you will get a copy of this event by email after the event. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. I'm going to have a little sip of water here. I'll be giving them the instructions on the screen in a moment also about the app, Doris. Okay, so we've played through this once. I think that's good enough. I'm going to stop that particular PowerPoint of the introduction there. See if I can just close that. There we go. And there we go. This is for everyone who's viewing this today. This is for the early birds, everyone in the room. The instructions are on the screen as what Doris is pointing out to install the app on your phone. It's a free real estate app. It helps you make connections in the business. 75% of the information on this service is not on real estate boards. Isn't that interesting? In other words, you're going to be finding out about exclusive real estate that is not on real estate boards. I'm going to bring this in. There we go. If you need the Wi-Fi password, it's at the front. And right there at the front. Yeah.
Oh, the front.
Oh. Yeah.
See, there's two meanings the front, I guess.
Okay. Let's just see if we've still got the, yeah, we still have it going. So we're still recording there. So if everyone at home who sees this in the future, you can put those various services on your phone. There is a difference that I'm going to explain in a moment between an app and a shortcut. There's a difference. And you should know this because it will affect your promotion of your website. Everyone wants more leads to their website. And wouldn't it be nice if all of your customers had your, this is early birds. We're starting for the early birds. We're moving right along right now. I'm going, actually, you'll get a copy by email. Okay. Oh, let me.
The app is ICI.
ICIWorld is all one word when you go to the App Store or the Play Store.
Mm-hmm.
And what you should end up on your screen, I'll show you. Everyone, I'm going to ask everyone in a little while to hold up their phone, and that's what you should see on your phone. Okay? That's what you should see on your phone. And
right here, this one.
That's it. Go ahead and install that. It's a free real estate app. You can make connections to do business. There is no charge until such time as you wish to place your own real estate haves and wants. Anyone that's in the room, you should make sure you have one of everything on this table. We're just getting ready for the meeting to start. I'm going to start at 7 minutes after 2. That's sort of a period of grace that we have for everyone to come into the room. And I'm going to put my phone online as well. 854-416-667. Go. This meeting couldn't be found. Close it. 854-416-66. Oh, that's because it's not a meeting. It's a webinar. And we got to distinguish between that and a webinar. So I'm opening up my phone again. And I guess I click on the plus sign. Nope. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to actually join a webinar here. International, how to work. Oh, this is it, for registered attendees. Let's just see who we've got online there. Yeah, we're starting to get people online. I'm going to try to open it up. I don't know if I can hear Shrine or Joanne. Can you say hello? Can you say hello, Shrine or Joanne? Are you able to speak to us?
Hello.
Is that you, Joanne?
Yes,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you could hear us loud and clear.
very clear. Thank you.
Okay, and can you mute yourself? That way you can always ask questions.
Sure.
See if there's a little green microphone. Oh, Joanne, I want to thank you so much. You know how to do that. That's great. And so we already have people online that are listening to us because it was sent out by Leanne Torres a moment ago to all of the members. And it looks like they're coming online very, very nicely here. And I'm going to switch the computer, see if I can switch the computer over to me. I got to join the session first. There we go. Got it. Now, what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got it on the phone here. Oh, let me stop the sound on the phone because that could cause a problem. Let's lower the sound there. Okay. And what I'm going to do is see if I can actually switch the computer over to my phone. Here we go. And everyone at home should get the app installed on their phone. I'm going to share my screen. Start now. Bingo. Now you're going to actually see my phone. Everybody in the room behind me can see my phone. My phone is actually online, and everybody at home, we've got 2 people listening in from home. Actually, there's 3 people. A third person has joined. You need to come in behind me.
Behind you?
Yep.
It's okay, I'll set up.
No, can you put the food at the back, please? The food at the back. Okay. You put the food at the back, and the food's just come in, and this is what everyone should see on their phones right there. And I'm going to come back, but first of all, we're going to get take care of the pizza's coming in. Too bad the people at home can't smell the pizza. You can't smell pizza through the internet. You can see it, but you can't smell it. So what we have is a credit card here, my friend. Okay, and you put 10% tip there for yourself. And you just tap it and put 10%. Okay. Everyone, would you like to help yourself to pizza and then sit down and you can, this is a working luncheon. We're going to keep working, keep doing things while we're eating. Would everybody like to do that? Pardon me? Oh, Harvinder. Oh, I give you a hug.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
I told Doris where we talk.
That's wonderful.
You put here
10%.
10%.
Yeah, put 10%. Harvinder, ever nice to see you. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay. Say yes.
Debit,
Okay.
Visa,
Yes. Credit
Visa,
card.
Credit card. PIN number.
Oh, I have to put the PIN number? Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, do not remove, connecting, waiting. Oh, brother. I don't know what happened. You made a mistake? Wait a minute. Maybe I put in the wrong number. Try here. Do it again. Here you go. Put 10% on there again. Okay.
Visa too. Visa.
No, that's MasterCard. So the people at home, you should have this on your phone. Oh, the number. Okay, hang on. Try that. And you'll see down at the bottom that there's a choice for, okay, so we're all done. Hang on. There's a choice for commercial, business opportunities, residential, and FSBOs. the public can actually post information on our service absolutely free. And let me see, let's put this card back so we don't lose it. There we go. And we're now eating pizza in the room. So some people, oh, why you can't see that? I know why. Because what we're doing, actually, we can see that. Oh, so we can see both at the same time. Oh, isn't that marvelous? So that's the app. And this is where there are 30,000 private, exclusive real estate opportunities that are not on the real estate board are in this app. And it's free for you to put it on your phone. Now, does everybody have it? Have you got your phone handy? Go to the App Store or the Play Store. And Doris, do you want to do a little introduction to what we're doing and everything right now?
Yeah.
Is that good? Hang on one second. I'm going to give you the phone. And there you are. Now, I've got the phone on the screen. Is that where you want to start?
Sure. The phone
Put
on
that
the
on your
screen.
lavalier. Stick that in there.
Good, and you? I do, but I'm trying to figure out. I will be, yeah, I knew that. I figured that. I remember that.
I'm going to switch it back to Doris.
It's called ICIWorld.
Hang on, I'm going to switch back to the computer. So in other words, everyone at home should be seeing what you see on the screen right now, okay? And if you want to go from there. I'm going to introduce Doris Parreno. Doris is an instructor with us, and she's just a fabulous lady helping out. She's got a big heart for the industry. All our instructors have a big heart for the industry. And you're going to see as she starts to talk about this how helpful she is. And she's going to help us during this seminar, conduct this seminar. We have several people, instructors that we're bringing online today. We're bringing this worldwide to all over the world, from Florida to California, British Columbia to Montreal. But the strength is in the GTA. That's where a lot of the networking is going on. And Doris, I'm going to hand it over to you to actually officially start the session. And let you take it away. This is the clicker if you want to start.
Okay, can you tell me when to stop? Yeah. Okay, ready? So, everybody settled? Yeah, did everybody get a chance to download the app, the ICIWorld app? That's probably the first step because you're going to be using it. And also make sure you have a copy of all the handouts, which is in the middle aisle. If you don't have it, you can get a copy after in a few minutes. Well, there's a whole bunch of them. So there's a couple of, there's a whole slew of them. You might want to get 2 copies for, yeah, perfect. Wow, we have a really good group. I guess because everyone's happy to get out after that snowstorm that we've had, right? Has everybody been kind of like a little bit homebound, making calls from home or working a little bit more from home, trying to avoid those streets? So Gary and I are really excited to, see what an engaged group that we have here today. So many people coming out to learn about exclusive listings, mastering the powers of the internet, working residential, working commercial, and what you can do to get more listings and more sales in this market using ICIWorld as a tool to help you do that. Would you all want to learn how to do that? Make more money in this quarter? I don't believe you. How enthusiastic you are represents how much money you're going to make this quarter. Okay, so the more enthusiastic you are, the more money you're going to make. So just say, I'm going to get more listings this quarter. I'm going to get more listings this quarter. The people that didn't respond are not going to get listings. The people that did respond are going to get listings. Okay, well, thank you for coming. And, thank you for the office that's helped us have this presentation here. We hope you're going to take away a lot of, little tips, techniques, and tools. And we're going to give you some tools after that will help you make your life easier in getting more listings and more sales this quarter and this year. So the first things first is make sure you have the app downloaded. Then we're going to show you, if you pick it up in 3 seconds, you can get a whole list of properties that are available that haves and wants. So if you open up the app and you click on residential, for example, and you click on search,
Part of the audience here right now.
mm-hmm.
On the phone, should I
Yep.
play the phone on the screen?
Yep. So can I show through? Can I borrow that? Yeah. So just, did everybody do that? And how many properties show up as exclusive listings under residential that you could search? ICIWorld. Under residential?
Yes,
If
I am
you-
in the residential.
Yeah, and then, so just scroll all the way down and click on search database. Search database. Yeah, so if you look at the top, it says how many? 325 listings right now in Ontario that of people that are looking to buy something or that have something that they want to sell. Yep.
Okay, so click on the icon, which is the app on the phone.
Yeah, click on the icon. Yep, which is the app on the phone.
Okay, so we're gonna call that, I'm calling that 1 second to bring that up.
Yeah, and then you go
And then
down.
The third one over is residential.
The third one over is residential.
We click on residential,
Mm-hmm.
and a form will come up.
Yep.
Up at the top, depending on where you are in the world, you make some choices. Everybody can choose Canada on their phone. Then the second choice is
Ontario.
Ontario. Anybody in the group here see what that is? What's that say? What should we choose on the screen?
Greater Toronto Area.
And stop there. And go down to the bottom of the screen where it says search database at the very bottom. Everybody should be following along and doing it. Click on search database. And there it is, the latest listing. By the way, Doris, I'm
Oh, it
suggesting.
says 178. So there's 178 postings of people that have properties they want to sell that are combination MLS and exclusive, and also that are looking for something. So if you wake up bored one morning thinking, oh, I don't have any business going on, all you have to do is go on the app, even click on the first one. What does it say?
But one of the things I was going to add to what you said, whether you're bored or not, I'm suggesting that every single broker, when you wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, when you're having your cup of coffee, you go check the latest listings that have just come on the market every single morning. Because if you miss one opportunity, you can miss making $15,000. Does everyone agree or disagree?
Agree. So even if you click on the first one,
Okay.
it says Durham region, 45 minutes to Toronto. And that is, it's a legal duplex for $549,000. That sounds like a pretty good deal, right? 3 bedrooms upper, and they're getting $1,470 per month plus utilities, and 2 bedrooms on the lower level, and they're getting $1,240 per month. That's an over 5% cap rate. That's even kind of a little bit unheard in the Toronto area. So that sounds like a great deal. So how many people can find somebody for this property who has like an investor, somebody that wants to buy a good deal, a duplex for $549,000 in Durham? How many people here, or who do you know that could be a potential prospect buyer for this? Put up your hand. Yeah. So we have quite a few. Okay, and then right underneath it says all about Oshawa. So it's in Oshawa, and this is an exclusive listing by Yvette Barnes. So it's not even on the MLS. So what you can do is, first of all, let your clients know about this property without telling them the address. Just call anybody, post it on Facebook. Does anybody know somebody that would be interested in a duplex, 549 in Oshawa? It's still a very good deal. And see how many people will respond to you. Then you call Yvette and you find out what the exclusive arrangement is. You sign the agreement to show it.
In addition to that, there's a way that you can have all of this information on your website. And we're going to be talking about that in the session where you can have the listings that you see coming on the screen right now. That list Would you like to have that list of listings on your website for people to see? We've got it done in one special other way, that if anyone tries to click on it, they cannot do it. The difference is, if they can click on it, they get the other broker. If they cannot click on it, they have to call you. Which way would you like it?
They have to call
They have
you.
to call you. That's the way we've got it set up for members. Okay? So this can trigger leads from your website.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So even if, say, for example, like I saw 5 hands of people that know somebody that may be interested in this. So you can call Yvette. You can call Yvette and ask her to send you more details on it and make sure that you're protected. Okay, how you're going to be protected if you show this listing or share this listing. And even ask her, maybe, can you advertise this property, you know, on your Facebook or on your whatever, but you don't give the address or her number. You just put the general information, see who might be interested in it. Even if you just put it, who's on Facebook in this room? Everybody? Good. Even if you just post it on Facebook, it makes you look like you're active, like you're doing something, like you're in real estate, so that you don't look like you're a secret agent or a non-active agent, right? So now, even just within ICI itself, we could probably find a buyer for that by searching the one. So you could see somebody that's looking for an investment property right on ICIWorld, right, Gary? And we can do that searching, what is a residential and then once. Gary's going to show us on the phone how we could find a potential buyer for this property right from the ICIWorld. So even if you say, oh, I don't know anybody off the hand, well, there might be somebody right here if you know how to work the app, and we're going to show you that right now.
Actually, I'm suggesting we get some going PowerPoint. So
Just to be clear, anybody has access to ICI.
Anybody has access to looking at what's been posted, but not to the, what they don't have access to, like, is for sale by owners. There's a for sale by owner section. That for sale by owners could post their properties on there. And you can see the general information if you're not a member, but if you are a member, you could click on it and you could find the contact name and phone number for that for sale by owner. Even some real estate agents, they post stuff there as for sale by owners because they're not members. And as the public, you can't get their contact information, but as a member, you can get their contact information. Okay, so we're going to go back to that in a little while after the presentation, in the middle of the presentation. So we have also for the websites, we have ICIWorld.mobi, which is, as well as the app, it's also on the computer. You can access and you can see things a little bit better on the laptop or on your desktop, and you can go through ICIWorld.mobi or www.nreils.com, and you can add it as a shortcut to your screen if you want to access it on a regular basis. And you can join our society anytime. What you can join for free is our mailing list. So you can choose which areas you're interested in, and you can get the emails of the properties that were posted on a daily basis, depending which areas you're interested in, or even if you want to see what the for sale by owners are. You just won't be able to access the name and number unless you're a member. Okay, so am I doing this right, Gary? The next screen? Nope. So right now there's 3.7 billion people on the internet. Lots of people on the internet. 60% of them are using mobile devices, and that have haves and wants. On ICIWorld, 60% are using mobile devices where you can find people that have properties or that want properties. And we've been around since 1994, so that's a really long time. Gary Nuska, if you know him or if you haven't had the pleasure to meeting him, he's one of the gurus in the commercial and now expanding the residential on his app. So if anybody ever has questions about commercial properties, commercial listings, Gary Nuska is the man to go to. He's even registered with CCIM, and he's the man to go to if you have any questions with regards to commercial listings. And he's developed this app based on a need, because the way real estate was done, and especially commercial real estate, and commercial real estate is still done kind of in this way, where people get together like you do right now and have meetings maybe once a week, and they stand up and they say, oh, I have a plaza, because a lot of commercial real estate doesn't go on the MLS because people want to keep that private. But if typically you have a meeting like this, you stand up, you go, I have a plaza for sale in Brampton, this many square feet. Does anybody have a buyer? Then another agent's going to pop up and he says, oh, I have a buyer for that. Another agent's going to pop up and say, I have this, or I have a shopping, or I have a multiplex, or I have a fourplex, fiveplex, or whatever. So Gary, with his technology background, thought, oh my God, I have to divide, there has to be an easier way to get all this networking and information on the internet, on a website where it could be exposed to millions of people. And he devised this ICIWorld, which is really amazing and one of a kind. I don't think anybody really has anything similar to them. And he's put his heart and soul over 20 plus years in this business. And if you become a member and you have to call him for a question, you just book an appointment, and he'll spend hours with you on the phone to help you out with whatever you need. He has a heart of gold, definitely one of a kind in this industry. So just to kind of let you know about the service that's involved if you do become a member, we have a special right now. Typically our price is $40 a month or $319 per year, which is a really good bargain considering that, you know, there's been 2 deals on this website that is worth $25 million. That's bigger than any deal. Oh, they were $50 million? That's bigger than any deal that's been done by the MLS. So there's a lot of power to this site. For that kind of money, it's peanuts. But today, for you coming here and for right at home, we have a special 25% off, which is $30 a month or $240 for the first year. Just one phone call with Gary is worth more than $240. So you get 100 times your money's worth. You know, so you get also unlimited advertising and network. So on top of just being part of this network, what happens when you post something on there? It goes out to his whole database, which is tens of thousands of agents on a daily basis. So imagine the exposure, imagine the power, the extra little tool that you can have when you're on a listing presentation that another agent's not going to be able to say they have that it will be exposed to thousands of agents that are already on that mailing list. And the public and people that are investors. So target market, that's powerful. You can also have the icon on your website. So whatever website you have, you can add the widget onto your website so people could go to your website and search haves and wants. The difference is when they go and click on more information about it, they won't be able to. So they're going to have to contact you to get more information. But Gary's going to show you how that works. So this is the main ICIWorld, but we have another one that's a little sleeker. So how that will work is like this. Oh,
just different websites that we make for brokers.
Yeah, so there's there's a few real estate agents, quite a lot of right at home real estate agents that currently use our service. And so on your website, you have, who here has a website? Everybody pretty much has a website. Who would like to have a website or is looking around? Okay, well, we can help you with the website as well. But if you have a website, what we can do is, and if you set an appointment with Gary and your website provider, is they could add that button that says exclusives, and it'll show all the people will have an option to search exclusive listings on your website. People can't even do that on realtor.ca, but on your website, they'll be able to do that. And you could get that button added on, and again, once again, it's all added on for free. So you get more than your money's worth, that's for sure. So you have exclusive, Ontario, world exclusive, for sale by owners, Canada for sale by owners, world for sale by owners. So now sometimes, like most of us are more like from different countries, right? And you get some people sometimes from your country, they know you're a real estate, they say, can you help me sell some of my property here in Honduras or whatever? And it's like, your hands are tied, you don't know what to do, right? But with something like this, You could say, well, I could put it on the ICIWorld website, and you could help them market at the property that way, and you get paid on something that's not even right local. Yep.
This residential button here, when people come to your website, when you join ICIWorld, you would not leave this room today without making an appointment with us for a one-on-one training session, which is conducted in your home or business office over the internet. So in other words, 10 minutes before your appointment time, you would actually get in front of the computer, you go to ICIWorld.com, and you click on webinar workshop, and our two computers will be connected. That's all the training is done individually. We used to do it in a group session, but we found that some people were too fast and we couldn't keep their attention. Other people were too slow and didn't grasp everything. So now we go at each individual member's own pace. So we show you how to do this. The first thing we do is we send you the instructions, and we have you forward the instructions to your website designer. And they will install those widgets on your website. And for the next 2 minutes only, I'm going to demonstrate what a customer will see if they go to your website. So if you can pretend now that this is your website. It's not the design of the website we're talking about. We're talking about the content of listings. From a broker's point of view, it is the listings that trigger leads. Would you agree or disagree? Agree? Okay, so let's show you how it looks. When someone clicks on this menu up here, and they can do this on a mobile phone, so if you have a mobile website, people can go on your mobile website or on the internet, and they can click on this exclusive button. Every broker has MLS, right? But if every broker has it, it's not a major advantage. But other brokers do not have this exclusive button. I suggest that becomes an advantage, at least for the next 1 or 2 years until everybody's got it. When somebody comes down here, the first thing they can do, one of the things they can do, is they can search Canada. They can make a choice. And then they can search Ontario. And then they can search the GTA. Now we've searched the GTA, but what I would like to do is to search Mississauga, for instance. And you'll notice that you can search the haves or the wants. We're going to do both. We'll leave it on both for demonstration purposes. There's also a have want age here. And the reason for this is we do not delete listings for 5 years. We give you the choice, however, to choose how far back you wish to search. There's a reason for that, which we'll explain later. But let's go down further. You'll notice that you can sort the listings by price. And I'm going to choose that and do a search. And within a second, you'll see listings come up on the screen in Mississauga. Now, if a customer comes to, let's say, your website, and they are interested in this one, let's say in Meadowvale, right here, they are going to try to click on that number, but they cannot do it. If this is your website, who do they have to call? Give me that one. If this is your website, who do they have to call? They have to call me. Good. High five. Okay, high five for everyone in the room. This is triggering leads. We hear about everything trigger leads, thousands of hits on my website, you pay Google for this, you pay for that. How many people are happy with the leads that they are getting from their website? You're happy with your leads that you're getting? You've done deals? Can you tell us how it's being done? Whether you're doing special over everyone else in the group? Do you think? I could work up my blogging. Blogging, that's a good answer. Blogging can help. That's a good answer. I just have my own website and they're searching for certain things. Yes. And when they go on my website, I have a live chat. On my website, I'll check with you now.
In the middle of the
in
night.
real time,
In real time.
live chat and blogging. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we'll cover that more, and maybe in the next session that we do, maybe we'll use your website as an example.
You already hired me yesterday. The same person.
Oh, wait, are you Hassan? Oh, Hassan. Hassan actually is a member of ICIWorld. I did not even realize.
So you have the icon on your site, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe we can look it up.
Okay, so.
I had this icon from 5 years, 3 years ago. Not the icon.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
That's now I have that.
So can you imagine if you have this on your website, how nice that could be? That can trigger leads for you. And you can also use these apps to send people to your website. If you ever get a customer who's looking to, let's say, buy a little apartment building, you can tell them, go to my website, highlight exclusive, and to click on Ontario Commercial. When they do that, what's going to come up is some listings. One of them is this halves by business category. You click on apartment buildings, and look at that. You will have residential income-producing properties, over 200 of them, from $90 million on down, and you can go down to the price range that suits your people, and there you go. You can just kind of pick on one of these, and somebody could be interested in one of these properties, and next thing you know, you can be either showing it yourself or doing a referral. Now, if somebody calls you on a building on one of these numbers, we have some retired brokers in the room here. Where did he go? There was a retired broker.
Oh, he left already.
Is he gone already?
Yeah, he was in the back.
So, because, let's say you're retired or part-time, you can still contribute to the industry by circulating this information on the internet on your website. And if somebody sees that particular number, 372-499, they're going to call you up and say, can you help me? And you should say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And you get a hold of the broker who's got that listing, and you ask him, I have a lead for you. Is it 25% referral commission okay with you? Isn't that wonderful? This can trigger leads to do referrals.
Yes.
That's why even though you may be just a residential salesperson, by having a commercial button on your website, you're going to do referrals on the commercial leads until such time that you feel competent to go ahead and maybe show it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Or you might never want to do commercial leads yourself because you don't feel qualified, but you could refer it out.
And that helps the full-time brokers can expect to receive referrals
Mm-hmm.
from other brokers and salespeople in the industry like yourselves.
And you can also post that on your Facebook page. Come to my website for exclusive listings that are not on the MLS. Imagine that. And you post it and share it. Your website's going to be the go-to website.
Okay, so we can go back to
Mm-hmm.
okay, back to you, Doris.
Okay, so we did that, right?
Yeah.
And then another thing that you get as an extra, you know, is you get a free corporate card. So meaning that when you join our membership, you get the corporate card, which is Gary's going to get you the sample, and that gives you discounts off so many things like car rentals, hotels, restaurants, all kind of places that you can get the discount, and you get that for free when you become a member. So just on that alone, you can get your membership paid for. If you want to buy a computer, if you want to rent a car, if you want to go to the hotel, if you want to go to so many different places, Gary has that included. So you're pretty much, if you become a member, you get the membership pretty much paid for by that corporate card.
We have one broker that saved $200 buying a Lenovo laptop computer. It's part of the benefit of being a member of the ICIWorld Real Estate Broker and Salesperson Society. It's a benefit. You get 250 vendors who provide discounts for various things. Another broker saved $220 renting a car in San Francisco. You can save money on hotels and things like that. Gift if you use the card, you can actually pay more than the $240 special that you have here today.
Exactly. And so that's the VIP card. So this is how you can get ICIWorld covered pretty much for free, is with the VIP card. You get more than 200. This one gentleman, he saved $220 off a car rental, off a laptop, you know, ice cream, everything. There's also a referral program. So you refer one person, you get $79 off the next year. And or you refer 4 people and you get the 5th month for each one a year free, right? And also you do referrals, just like we explained earlier, how you could give and receive referrals from the website. One broker did 15 referrals and made $45,000. Wouldn't that be handy to have on a deal? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if people can hear me from that lavalier here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to come near me, you might still be able to hear it. You're going to see this website here called NREILS.com. If anyone is interested in joining today, there's a special only at this website. We have many websites in the world. We're going to be rolling out, right now we have over 20 websites in the world. They are all powered by ICIWorld. Once you're a member of ICIWorld, your information will appear on all these other 20 websites, 18,000 pages on the internet instantly, when you just have to put in one app that takes you about 1 or 2 minutes to do. You can join at this website anytime you want. If you do, make sure you click on Canada, and you will get 1 year and 6 months for $240. It's a special today in the seminar. So anytime anyone's interested, you go there. But if you do, when you do it, you're going to see that there's another place at the same place where you can register for an appointment. Do not leave today without making an appointment if you join. We want to make sure that we get you started properly and keep it going. Do you have a copy of the application on your desk?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should have a copy. Can you pull up the application right now? Everyone? The only reason we're doing this now is so that you can evaluate during the session whether it's worth joining or not, or whether you just want to go to the website and make connections with other brokers. There's no obligation to have to join today. But this is what you're going to be getting today, all on this application form, and it's a one-time special today at this particular event that we're doing, and that's how to go ahead and join. It's only in this one place that you get a special. We find that it's saving everyone a lot of time on our part, because the less people we have operating the service, the more we can keep the price down. The reason we have you making an appointment. This is $240 special for 1.5 years, 18 months. Can somebody, by the way, divide 18 into 240 for me? Anyone? If you got a calculator, divide 240 by 18. How much is it? $13 per month. And if you divide that by 30, what do you get? How much? 40 cents? That's basically 40 cents a day for worldwide advertising, which you can save money with this credit card, with this discount card, which you can save 40 cents. So we are of the opinion, and you'll see it in a moment when we talk about Bill Gates, how when he created the internet and he was talking to Warren Buffett, how to present advertising and communication and information networking literally absolutely free. That's what I'm presenting to you today for your consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, and then to top it all off, when you go on a listing presentation on your marketing, the marketing activities you do for that, if you add the ICIWorld, access to exclusive listings and another area that you can post, that's going to give you an extra unique selling proposition as an agent that very rarely they're going to get another one that's going to come in with the same idea. So what do you have to do? There's things you can do on the ICIWorld app, like you can add, you can modify You can delete listings and you can put in haves and wants. So now you don't just have to have a listing. You could also post in there when you have a buyer. Does anybody ever here get a buyer and say, you know what, if you see a plaza for sale or fourplex, I'm looking for something, even a detached, I'm looking for a detached even for rent, right, Gary? You can put for rent there. I'm looking for whatever you have somebody looking for, and maybe you don't have time to see what's on the MLS, or you looked on the MLS, you can't find them, anything on the MLS, you can now post it on ICIWorld what you're looking for, that your buyer requests. So if you work a lot with for sale by owners and they haven't found anything, say, what are you looking for? I can find you something. A lot of buyers, they say, oh, I'm already on realtor.ca, or I check on realtor.ca. Well, it's like, well, you know, and a lot of them want you to just bring them stuff that's not on the MLS. Here's another tool where you can get that access to all that information.
Okay, I'm getting a little message from some of the people that are online. We invited people online. There's now 7 people who have joined online in addition to who's here. And one of them said that the mic is a little echoey. So I'm going to switch to this particular conference caller that I have here. I'm going to see if this works. We're going to switch it midway through. We're making a change to the Jabra speaker here, microphone, and we're going to see if that works. And the people at home, if you're hearing us, tell us if the sound is a little bit better as we go along. Give us about a couple of minutes and then let us know. Should I demonstrate how they add a listing and how easy it can be? Once you're a member of ICIWorld, you're going to be going to one major world website. And it happens to be this one right here, which is ICIWorld.com. And that's because this website powers all our 80 websites worldwide. And when you click on it, you're going to go to the member login, and you're going to click on the left-hand side. You're going to log yourself in, and then you're going to see there's a button here that says Add Have One. And when you click on it, I'm going to click on it, this comes in. Now, does anybody have a property for sale? I'm not going to put it in, but I want to show you how it's to be put in. Does anybody here have a listing? Okay, I'm going to start with this gentleman here first, if I may, Hassan. Give me what the city, the type of property, and a price.
Brampton.
Okay, Brampton. Oopsie daisy. Brampton.
Semi-detached.
Semi-detached.
Price?
Yep.
570.
570. Okay, now, I just want to stop there for a moment. I have a reason to do that. You'll see here that there is a subject line help. And a subject line help. And it says, please remember the 4 ingredients. Starting with the location, we've got it, Brampton. The type of property, it's a semi-detached. In fact, I'm even going to put the word home. Keep in mind that people from 138 countries are reading this on a regular monthly basis. We got all kinds of people coming in from overseas that are doing deals that they never otherwise have gotten. And then we put the price. But you'll notice something special here. The number 4th ingredient is called sizzle. Sizzle means what is so good about this semi-detached property over all the other semi-detached properties in the area? What's so special about it?
It's got a beautiful open concept layout.
Open concept layout. Open concept layout. Okay, does it have a garage?
Nope.
Okay,
It's, the other great thing about it, it's centrally located.
Okay, near
highways,
Okay, so centrally located, so all amenities?
Yeah.
Okay, when you say centrally located, everyone can say that they have the greatest location. What separates your location from the others?
Right near a major highway, 410.
Near Highway 410?
Yep.
And okay. All right, so you could go into more details talking about that property, but there is a limit, by the way, everyone should know, a limit of 160 characters in this subject line. This subject line is circulated to thousands of people each month, and it's viewed by thousands of people each month. In this case, you would choose Canada, you would choose Ontario, you would choose Greater Toronto, and you would choose Brampton. It is a have, it's not a want, so we'll leave it on have. And then you'll see all the different choices that you can make for this one listing. And you can choose multiple listings if it applied. In this case, it's strictly residential. Under the date, you just fill it in again. It's a semi-detached, and it's in Brampton. And it's, what was it, 570. And then usually what we do is we go back to the subject line, oopsie daisy, and then we usually highlight that, copy it, and we paste it in this comments area down here where there is no limit. This is where you could paste information from another document, that kind of thing. But there's something more exciting than ever. We have a special thing called an internet links box. And in Brampton, there's a special website that helps to sell Brampton to the world. I'm going to start with Toronto first. There's a link here to Toronto that we automatically put in. And if you were to drive from this property to Toronto, does it take about 30 minutes to drive to Toronto from this property?
Yeah, I'd say approximately.
Okay, so I would add the link into Toronto because we have people calling, reading this information from Asia, from Europe, from South America, from the United States, from all over Canada, other parts of Ontario. And they maybe don't know all there is to know about Brampton or Toronto. This helps to sell Toronto to the world. But I would also add in another link. And the reason we're doing this is to help to sell Brampton to the world. And I happen to know that the link to Brampton is brampton.ca. And we're going to change this to Brampton. And we're going to add that link in there. And then go to the, by the way, on your website, if you had the listing on your website, we could go to your website, get the link, and put it in here. This is the beginning of driving traffic to all of your websites. Isn't that wonderful? So people can actually go see the pictures, they can see the photos, they can see your virtual tour, your PDF files, they can see all of that stuff. The main thing is to get them to go there. And that's what this internet links box does. It accomplishes a second objective. I have a statement that 90% of the brokers in the world really are missing the boat on the internet. Because what everybody's doing is just throwing properties on the internet with no due regard to the location. So people that are in another country, another city, another place, they really don't know anything about the area. And the three most important words are location, 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 right? Now you're selling the location of your property. What you're going to find is you can get calls on this. They may not like that exact property, but they can become your customer and you can sell them other things as well. It has many benefits in that sense. You would then go down to the very bottom of the page and you're going to see some choices here which are very exciting. As of today, all of you in this room and the people listening online in the future as well, if you listen to this video, even 1 year from now, this video will still apply. You are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS. You can now make money with all those other opportunities that you see on the screen. And the meat of today's session is going to be coming up. It's going to show you how to work information such as exclusive opportunities, properties coming for sale. Has anybody in this room ever had somebody say, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission? How many in this room have had that said to them? Okay, 1, 2, 3. How about the other people? Are the other people here? By the way, how many people in this room have been in real estate more than 1 year? More than 1 year. How many people less than 1 year? Okay, so the people less than 1 year, maybe that never happened to you yet. But you notice the hands went up and they were the older, the people that have been in the business for more than a year, because they knocked on a lot of doors already and they continue to knock on doors. And the FSBOs, the for sale by owners, you're going to come up against it. They're going to say, you bring me in a buyer, I'll pay you a commission, but I don't want to give you a listing. Get excited, people. That is a real estate opportunity. Up until now, you've never had a place where you can work real estate opportunities. It's our wish, Doris and mine, to someday have this service be adopted by real estate boards. That gives us an opportunity not only to get a signed listing, which you have to get a signed listing to put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board, but how about these opportunities? If I can make money on that, I can put an agreement in place and then go show it. And we're going to show you how to do that in compliance with RICO. That's the essence of today's session, and we'll be covering that in a moment. So you see all these other opportunities that you have on the screen. Is there anybody in this room that has a listing that is going to be coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3 months at all? Anyone? How many? Okay, so we got a couple in the room here. I'm going to use you for an example. Can you give me an example of what might be coming for sale?
So it's in Brampton, it's by airport, Sandalwood area.
Brampton Airport, Sandalwood area,
It's a detached property.
a detached home. Do you know approximately what price?
$950.
About $950. So here's how you would do it. You would click on this add have want on the left, and you would start it off with coming for a sale. And you would go Brampton, and then you say home, approximately $950. Okay? Because you don't know until you get it signed. They might want more or less by the time you get there. All right? And then you make all the appropriate choices. The key is, what do you do when someone calls you? And we're going to be covering that in a moment. Okay? All right, Doris, I'm happy to, any questions on that? All right, let's go back and continue on. So that's how to add listings, haves and wants right there.
So as I mentioned before, Gary is like amazing for the support he gives and the time he puts into working with anybody and everybody that has a question. And it's very easy to connect with Gary, but you have to go to the website, ICIWorld.com, or on your mobile app, or ICIWorld.mobi, and it says there, make an appointment, and you book an appointment, and Gary's all yours for like an hour, right? Is it? For an hour,
We're
undivided attention. He's really amazing.
It's sort of like a doctor's office. I actually really feel like I got doctor's hours. You book an appointment with your doctor and you go there. So I have like an internet information practice, just like a doctor has a practice or a dentist, and the appointments are every hour on the hour. The reason we don't have 4 people working in the office answering phones, customer support, that would take 4 people, maybe $150,000 to $200,000 a year to support those people. Who's going to pay for that? It's going to be you, the people, right? So by eliminating that and simply saying to each and every one of you, please just book an appointment. We can handle 50 appointments a week, no problem. And if we need more, we have other people that can help. So that's how that's
Yeah, and then you book the appointment through the through your laptop, iPad, whatever, and then 10 minutes before your appointment scheduled time, you go on to the website and click on webinar, and it's all done via the webinar.
Right.
So he can get onto your computer, you can get onto his computer.
One thing I failed to mention to the people at home, when I was pointing out how to join our service online by just going to nreils.com and click on join now, I failed to mention that to the people that were online, and I should do that. Doris, if I may.
Yep.
If anyone at home is listening in on this or listening to this video at a later time, you go to our National Real Estate Information Listing Service website. And when you get there, you're going to see a choice where it says join today. There's also, you notice you can make an appointment up here right at the very top. And 10 minutes before your time, you simply click on webinar workshops and our computers are connected. And if you have to, you can cancel at the last minute. It's okay because we're in the office and we're doing things anyway. But for the people at home, you can click on this join today button that you see right there. And you can come down here and you'll see how you can join for $240 for 18 months. This is a special for people that are listening to this, either now or in the future. I guess if we can't handle that price anymore in the future, we'll have to remove the video. But as long as it's available and you can see it, you can go ahead and book it. Then you print out the orientation file, which is the complete set of instructions. It's a pilot's checklist for a broker. Copies are available for you here in the room to take with you after we're done And that's how that's done. And make sure you make your appointment.
And there's a lot of videos on YouTube as well. So in case you forgot something or, you want to check out at an odd hour or you missed your appointment, there's YouTube as well. So Gary offers so much support for everybody.
The YouTube videos are available on ICIWorld.tv. If you want to write that down, you can. ICIWorld.tv, and you'll see that the videos are coming up here. And then you'll see that there's various videos on the seminars that we've conducted over the year. There's over 100 videos, going for 200 videos now, of information, education, how to help brokers. We have brokers now who have made over $1 million. Okay, let's move on.
How many of you are learning something so far already? Just one person, 2, 3. Whoever you've been a member for a long time, right? And you pick up something. No? Oh, I thought you said you had it on your website. Okay, so ready to go? Okay, so ICIWorld TV, you can order the widget, order the website. We're also connected with a website company called Point 2 Agent, and it's only $19 per month. So agents that don't have a website, or even if you have a website, but you want the Point 2 Agent website as well, because it does have extra special features and benefits that other websites don't, like even the networking within other members of that website. It's a very powerful website that's been around for a very long time, and it has really good tools as well. It's okay, even if you have a website already, you can have a lot of websites, just like Gary has ICIWorld, NREILS. Sometimes, like if you have your name website, whatever your name is, that's one website. If you do, Mississauga condos, you can call that another website, or you have, homes in Mississauga or whatever it is. You can have a few different websites. If it's new development, you can have a new development condo. And if you need information of different companies that we've come across that might be able to help you out on that, we can help you with referring you to those different companies. But for the cost, I don't think there's anything lower than that for the cost and the quality and what you get. But don't forget, a website is only as good as how you market it, how you share it on the internet, on advertising. And like ICIWorld, for example, they advertise, like Gary advertises on the Business Exchange. He advertises on so many networks, and as you can see here, it's on the front cover of the Business Exchange. So a lot of people that are looking, private and individuals that are looking for businesses or commercial stuff, they are going to this Business Exchange free magazine, and the first thing they see is ICIWorld. They're going to log in and check. So there's a lot of advertising. Gary spends a lot of advertising on that as well.
I'm just going to cover this for a moment now that you brought it up, Doris. These websites, how many people here do not have a website? How many do not have? This is a solution for you, free for 1 month. After 1 month, look on your application form. How much is it? It's the third bullet on your application form. Can anybody that sees it say it out loud? $199 for the year. If you divide that by 12, that works out to $16.50 per month for a website such as you see on the screen. Now, we have one of the busiest booths at Realtor Quest each year. One of the reasons is we make a statement that you can have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as these websites that we're supplying for $16.50. And the reason is because of the listings. And I'm going to start off by showing you the listings. Everyone has MLS, so these websites. That we install the TREB IDX link on your website so people can search the MLS. Would you like people to search the MLS from your website? Yes. In addition to that, there's another set of listings which I'm going to click on, which come from the website company that supplies the website. We are official distributors of this company. We're an official educator, and we are a first line of support. It's the same price for this website, whether you get it directly from them or you get it from us. It's the same. Now, when somebody clicks on one of these listings, that other brokers have agreed to allow them to be on your website, your picture is going to come up on the screen. You're going to have this home on your screen. And you tell me if this isn't what I call the ultimate in marketing on the internet. Would you agree or disagree? There you have it. These are $16.50. If somebody likes this particular listing, they can request more information. They can pick up the phone and call you.
And that's not even her listing, right?
These are not, this may or may not be her listing, but, and the only reason I say that is Mary has a lot of listings, and your listings will come up first on this website. So if you have listings, they're going to come up first. So I'm actually not even sure. But they could very well not be her listing. But I got a hunch it could be her listing in this case. That's why I'm not quick to answer. No, and I got a hunch, no, these are her listings. These actually are her listings. If I go down further, you see these other ones, 20 million, 11 million. These ones are not her listings. So these are the ones that would also be on your website as well.
Yeah, and it makes you look like you have lots of listings.
It
also a
shows
resource, right?
that you're part of a real estate broker network of listings. You're not representing them that they're your listings, but that you have access to them. In addition to the MLS, in addition to all these listings, which also include exclusive listings, you will have access to the residential listings from ICIWorld. And this particular form comes up, which you are now starting to become familiar with. So someone can end up going to this site on your personal website, and you'll see, there it is, coming for sale. This can be on your website. This can trigger a lead for you. And when people call you and they say, if you don't mind, I'd like to have the address, and if I drive by it, I'll call you back. Do you give them the address? The answer no is correct. You make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. There's a lot of legal things you have to know. This is just one. And if you learn how to do it, you can make a lot of money. So you're going to tell them that you have to put an agreement in place first. But once you get the listing signed, you will call them back, and they can be one of the first people that come through the first open house that you offer. And then you put them on a list. So you can actually have people ready to see that home once you get it listed. Isn't that wonderful? Now the power of what's going on here is this. If you have a signed listing on MLS, that is the backbone of our industry. The MLS is the backbone of our industry. I've served on MLS committees. It's wonderful. It's the best system in the world, as long as you have a signed listing. The problem is there's a lot of opportunities out there that are not signed, that you can't get signed, but you know, coming for sale, that's not a signed listing. And we're going to talk about that. It's one of the essences of the book that was written by Bill Gates called At the Speed of Thought. It's just a thought. Every listing you get is a thought before you get the listing, right or wrong, you know? So I'm going to show you how you can be making money from your thoughts. That's the gold on the internet as far as I'm concerned. It's real estate opportunities that can make you money. Go ahead, we're going to carry on, Doris.
Yeah, and just so you know, I don't know if anybody knows Ken Young. He's the #1 Century 21 agent. Sells a lot of brand new homes. And his website is Point2 Agent, kenyoung.ca. Do you know Ken Young? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the #1 Century 21 real estate agent. He makes millions of dollars with the new condos, and he uses the Point2 Agent site. Anyways, so training and support, go to ICIWorld. There's the TV, order the widgets, order the website. There's daily webinars on mastering powers of the internet, register daily on how to promote your website. And our pledge is if you don't do a deal in 90 days.
We have a special pledge. It's not a guarantee because no one can guarantee that you make money. A special pledge that if you're not triggering leads or doing deals every 3 months, you give us a call and give us a chance to work with you. There's reasons why some brokers we've had members in the past did not make money and others that did make money, and I'm going to explain a little later the little differences. You need to give us the chance to work with you. We've got experience of working with brokers, 1,000 brokers, one-on-one over the years, and I can spot within 2 to 3 minutes why a broker is not making money or triggering leads. Now, if I say at the very minimum triggering leads, because if we're triggering leads and you can't do the sales, that's a different story.
Then you have to take my training,
Okay.
right?
But, you know, we're going to have to move on, Doris, because we're behind.
Yep.
You're going to have to go as
A
quick as
little
you can.
faster? Okay. So in the internet, there's 3,731,391,440 users. 40% of the world population has an internet connection today. 88.5% are in Canada and the US. And this is the society that connects people. It's open, the membership is open for licensed real estate agents and brokers and all over in the world. You have to be a licensed agent. Okay? So now if you want some little tools for the internet, we also have tools for the iPad, iPhone, Android. Gary likes to use Evernote. Does anybody here use Evernote?
Doris, I'm going to suggest that this is listed in our PowerPoint presentation. By the way, if you have the PowerPoint, you can be following along and taking notes, by the way, in the PowerPoint that we've handed out here. I don't know what page that's on, but maybe somebody that knows the page number.
It's some little tools that you can use to help your real estate
But in the essence of time, it's listed. Everybody can go check out some of those things on their own time, because I could speak for a half a day on every one of these.
Exactly. And there's some calculators, Dropbox, analysts. These are the instructors. I'm one of the certified instructors for ICIWorld as well. And Gary Nuska, he's been around since 1974, which we know, and he's the president, and he's been doing a great job for the industry. So actually, I'd like to give Gary a hand. Let's give Gary a hand for everything he's done for the industry.
And two things. First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to work with you. But secondly, people wondering what drives me, what keeps me going 20 years more excited today than ever before. Believe it or not, the inspiration is every one of you. When you read the testimonies, can everyone go to their mobile phone right now? Everyone go to the mobile phone and open up the app. And show me the app once you get it open. If you can, everybody show me on the screen. And the people at home, if you can all do the same thing. Everybody's got it? People at the back, can you open up the app and let me see it? You got it? Can you show me? Okay. Click on the word more. The word more at the bottom right. The fourth button down, what does it say?
Testimony.
Please click on it. And as you go down here, all of these people are my inspiration. This is my inspiration to get every one of you to be one of these testimonials. You tell me if that isn't incredible. We have brokers. Alina, last week, she made $137,000. I've got so many people that are making good sums of money, and even small sums of money, renting out little things. But it's opportunities for you to make money because we're taking advantage of the internet at the lowest possible cost. And it's exciting. So that's exciting for me to continue to grow the service. If I have one challenge, and I'm going to mention it in this video, I can use help making this worldwide. It's not growing fast enough. In this room, we have 20 people. If you all join, that's wonderful. But I'm looking at, there's 2 million salespeople in North America. How do we get all these 2 million salespeople using this service just like MLS? In my opinion, you should have MLS. It's the backbone of our industry. But simultaneously, you should have an information service that allows you to work information as well. A lot of the information you work, you'll end up getting an MLS listing and putting it on MLS. It actually helps feed into MLS sometimes. So if anyone has ideas on that, let me know.
Okay, so it's the highest return on investment of any industry on the internet. There's 11 trillion of buyer contacts just from the ICIWorld. So you can get your ads on there. There's 43 billion in real estate business contacts on the app. One lead is like $10,000s of dollars in commission. High return on the membership, business in Ontario and around the world. So executive member testimonials, which Gary went through. 2014 profiled home buyers. 33% of buyers were first-time buyers. 92% use the internet. Anybody looking for a home? 92% use the internet. 98% viewed the real estate agents as useful. 50% used mobile websites. 10 weeks, 10 homes. 70% choose the first agent. 9% sold without an agent. 40% knew the buyer. How many people can you list? So search ICIWorld. There's the FSBOs in there, which Gary went on to explain properties for sale, exclusive assignments. There's a lot of assignments going on right now with all these condos. That's a place you can post them on, postings. So how do we help you? There's two databases. One database is the member database, which as a member you get information access to. The other member database is the public FSBO.
I can show that public database
Sure.
now.
Yeah.
If everyone can open up their the app again, open up the app. I'm going to do it a faster way here. I'm going to open up one of our mobile websites. Hang on one second here. We have many websites in the world, but when you're a member of them all. And you're going to notice that you can search the FSBOs here. At the bottom, it's the fourth button. Can everyone click on search the FSBOs? And you should see a form like this. Does everybody see that? Okay. And why don't you go Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and then search the database. I get 4,532 in the GTA. Is that what you all get? You all got it? These are coming in from the public. These are coming in from the public, absolutely free. There's no charge. However, who are the only people that have access to that information? The members, okay? That's how that works.
Well,
It's very
that's a pretty
exciting.
good one. They're the top one. Have farmland in Peel Region, 50 acres, asking 25 million, future development potential. That sounds like a pretty good deal. 25 million. So can you find a buyer for this? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But if you're not a member, you can't get the details of who to contact. As a member, I can log on, get the contact, give them a call, match the buyer and seller. The property may have the wants just like Gary explained, and that's it. Okay. Two data streams. There's the commercial, which is the ICI listings, and the residential listings, which includes condos, cottages, vacation properties, etc., rentals and buyers. The power of ICIWorld for commercial and residential real estate. 40,000. So there's 40,000 plus or minus monthly readership from 138 countries. So imagine if you can access people from China, India, Dubai, all these places where people are coming to buy Canadian real estate. The public calls you directly on your ads. There's 20,000 subscribers that receive haves and wants daily by email. It's free to subscribe. So if you want to subscribe, you could subscribe right on the app. Right here, you want to show them how to subscribe to the newsletters?
We're running shy of
short.
time. We really are.
So we can show you after. 1,500 brokers display haves and wants on their website, and you can generate leads. It's the cheapest lead generation I've seen because I pay for lead generation. It costs, sometimes for one lead, you have to pay $50. So it's very, very affordable.
I'm getting a few questions coming online. Maybe we'll take a moment here to answer a couple of the questions that have been coming in online. Can you see those questions, Doris?
Yeah.
And the first one, the sound is, okay, we fixed the sound, much better, thanks, it said. What drives buyers to search your website for residential or for sale by owner? First of all, I want to say that when you become a member, you do not send people to ICIWorld. Where do you send people to? Where? To your very own website. You don't send them to ICIWorld. So for the people online, when you have a website, you send people to your own website. The question you have asked online, I'm going to give you an answer right now, and everybody can mark this down. People want to know, how do we get traffic to our website? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our main website, and the answer is contained, one moment, in this one here called Seminar. This is going to be my answer. I click on Seminar. Let me move that out of the way. Windows all over the place here. And you'll notice that there's 4 recorded webinars daily. This is available now for each and every one of you. What does seminar number 4 say? Anybody can read it from back there?
Daily, how to promote your real estate website.
You got it. That's how to do it. We do all the things that are in this particular video, which is 100 minutes to answer. I cannot answer that question. It's the shortest question I ever get, and it's really a full day answer. How do we promote the website? We have 80 domain names. We have 20 websites. We have, when you post a listing on ICIWorld, your listing not only goes on ICIWorld and on 18,000 pages, but it also is on 2,000 other brokers' websites, because when you all have websites, you post your information, it's going to be on everyone else's website. Right now, we have about 2,000 broker websites that are doing that. It's our goal to get all 44,000 brokers displaying this information on all of their websites, so that when a customer goes to any website in real estate, they're going to spot that particular opportunity, and you are going to start to get incoming referrals for your opportunity if you place them. So that's the beginning. And then we have this particular publications, and this isn't the only one. These publications that we're advertising on here, when I talk to the people that produce these magazines, and we're on the front page right there. Right now you see we're promoting Florida, because we have brokers in Florida. We have Florida listings on your website. Would you like that? If you get a call, you do a referral to the broker in Florida. Isn't that wonderful? 300,000 of these readers pick up this, and if they spot that particular website and they go and see your listing, they give you a call, all because of that ad. So this produces. So those are just some of the ways. We also promote at real estate boards, real estate offices. We're just promoting all over the industry. We do business shows, conferences, conventions. The answer is big and it's long. It's not just one answer. There was one, when I Google search for any property, ICIWorld never comes up. Well, you can talk to all the people that are doing deals, because it does come up. And ICIWorld, people really won't search for ICIWorld. They'll search for a special kind of property, a hotel, a motel, a gas station, a restaurant, homes in Mississauga. They'll be searching that. Our goal is to get your website to come up. If somebody searches Mississauga homes, I would rather your website come up. We spend most of our time helping brokers rise to the top of the search engines in their own market areas and their own niches. So we actually would like your website to be the ones that come up. But it does come up. What is it? So nearly everyone is searching Realtor.ca, Zillow. That's true. However, the Zillows and the Zolos that I see on screen right here, they are basically, in my opinion, repackaging MLS. They're taking your information, repackaging it, and then selling it back to you. What's wrong with MLS? Why not just go to MLS? It's the backbone of our industry. So that's what I say about that. The second thing is 75% of the information that's on ICIWorld, where is it there? There it is right there up at the top. 75% is exclusive, not on Zillow, not on Zolo, not on MLS. It's not on any other service. We're an independent service, and it's coming from you, the broker members. That's why I think you should own this service someday. Somehow, if I could figure out how all of you could have part ownership, I'm going to try to do it. I don't know how to do it. I've reached my level of incompetence, to be quite honest. I have to figure out the next step. If anybody can help on that, I'm all ears. But it's exciting in the meantime, all the deals that are being done, which we showed you. Okay, and I don't know what that last question means. Could you please show the screen with the presentation? I see Harry. It's the buyers that want one website. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we'll carry on here if we could and go back to the presentation, and you've got to move along, Doris.
So the Mississauga Real Estate Board website?
Yeah, you can move on. That's some of the advertising that we do.
Yeah, this is some of the advertising that we've done. Like different places we advertise.
Realtor Quest, everyone should come there. We have a very busy booth there every year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Commercial real estate, there it is, the Market ICIWorld, Commercial ICIWorld, Commercial Real Estate. So if you type in commercial real estate, ICIWorld comes up. However, real estate housing wants exclusive information that generate leads, just like real estate
Okay.
listings do. Okay. Follow the RICO. So if you're working with for sale by owners, the first thing you want to do is follow the RICO guidelines. Okay, we're going to go through that a little bit more in the next
You want
slide.
me to do that?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Okay.
Here.
Put agreements in place before showing or divulging the address or identifying the property. And you can do it for commercial and residential real estate. Newspaper advertising is costly. ICIWorld is 1/10 of 1 cent per line per day. And we've been around since 1994. This is where you talk about Bill Gates.
Okay.
We were the first real estate company on the internet in 1994, the very first company. There was only 4 other people on the internet in 1994 on the internet, believe it or not. And Bill Gates wrote a book in the 1990s. I heard that there was something coming, and all I could think about for real estate, wonderful, something wonderful is coming for our industry. We are a family of business people. You are my business family. That's how I look at everyone in the business. And there was something wonderful coming, Doris. And Bill Gates, and maybe I could just take that for a second, wrote a book called Business at the Speed of Thought. In other words, if you can take something out of your head and put it on the internet, people can see it. So if you can put a thought in real estate on the internet, people can see it. I have a home coming for sale. That's just a thought. So I put that on the internet. Or I know someone who wants to sell their home, but they won't give me a listing right now. But if I bring them 1.5 million, they'll sign a 48-hour exclusive listing and cover my showing. That's an opportunity on the internet. And in commercial real estate, that's where I learned this. We had meetings at the Toronto Real Estate Board. I joined the CCIM chapter. And brokers and salespeople like yourselves and myself, we would come to the meetings, and everyone would go around the room. Do you have any new properties to talk about or any buyers? And we would go around the room one by one. And I used to feverishly mark them all down as fast as I could. And I couldn't break down fast enough. And I said, oh, geez, oh, well. So I left the meeting. And then I was talking to a lawyer. And the lawyer said that he had a buyer for a shopping center. And I says, oh, great. I was just at a meeting 2 weeks ago. And somebody stood up and they had a shopping center. I'm just a salesperson, just like yourselves. And I says, great. So I went to my notes and I tried finding, because there was $50,000 I could make if I could just show that buyer to that particular property. And I looked through my notes, I couldn't find it. I looked and I looked and I looked. And I says, this can't be happening. Here's a chance to make some money. How much is this now happening to other people in the industry? And that's where I said, I got to do something about it. I had to make a choice whether I wanted to do it just for myself or to make it a worldwide significance and be non-competing. Because I'm like a manager of the Real Estate Brokerage Society. I do not sell. Okay? I'm the manager of the society, just like you have a manager of a real estate board or a CEO. I'm doing the same thing. And it was this that helped inspire me. And I'd like to meet Bill someday, because I've been working for 25 years developing this information service to be compatible with your real estate office, with your Ontario Real Estate Association, with the Canadian Real Estate Association, and most of all, with RICO. And so the cost to publish information, one of the first words that Bill Gates spoke to Warren Buffett, we've accomplished that. We're doing it. We're doing it now. It's basically next to nothing to have this service. And you get worldwide information. And opportunities to build your inventory, the FSBOs. If somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, all of these opportunities are here. Tell me, does a restaurant owner, if you asked a restaurant owner, If I brought you in the price you wanted, would you consider selling? How many people here think they might say yes? Almost everyone in the room. That's a good question, isn't it? I'd write that question down. If I could get you the price you wanted, would you consider selling? Simple. Here's another really good question you can be asking everybody you talk to, standing in line at Tim Hortons. Are you thinking of, I happen to be in real estate, I thought I'd introduce myself. Are you just wondering if you're ever thinking of buying or selling any real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? I got 30 opportunities one weekend doing a little 2-day show at the C&E one time. 30 people looking to buy a condo for their son. One person had $20 million in properties for sale right now. He was a farmer, owned all kinds of properties. Just by asking that one question, are you looking to buy or sell any real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? I happen to be in real estate. I never know if I can help. If I find something that you're looking for, would you like me to call you back? Simple. It can generate business for you. But what to do with that information is the question. When they say, I want to sell, but I don't want to give you a listing, but if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. Everyone should get their phones ready to take pictures right now. There are the 3 special questions that has helped some brokers make over $1 million. I would take a picture of that with your cameras. Because someday you're going to find out that you're going to be asking the wrong question. And some people have been members of ICIWorld and they haven't made money. And I'm going to go over why they didn't make money, because by learning why they did not make money is going to show you how to make sure that you make money. So the first question, everybody can see that. Will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Does anybody have problems with that question? Anyone? No problems. No one ever does. We do that for a living. The second question you can ask that FISBO owner, that restaurant owner, anyone at all. Will you, this is verbal, if you can get it in writing, you don't need this. We're talking about if you can't get it in writing. Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? And then the third question is, may I advertise your property? I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. On number 2, you'll notice if they say, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer? That's critical. What that means, even though we have 30,000 listings here, 75% exclusive, it doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing the property or before divulging the address of the property to someone. That's critical. And the reason is because of this, RICO. And this is good. This is not bad. This is good for our industry. A registrant, which is all of us in this room, shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify specific real estate unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing. But if you just say $1 million home, Mississauga, Meadowvale area, double car garage, ground level family room overlooking Ravine lot, does that give it away? No, you couldn't do that. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. There's the 3 questions. We had people working, members, and you know, I said we had a pledge. Do you remember the pledge? 90 days you should be doing a deal or triggering leads. And somebody said, Gary, I'm not making any money. And I didn't get any leads. And I looked at his listings. He had some good listings on the system. I couldn't understand why. And I looked and I looked and I says, by the way, when somebody calls you, are you giving the address to them? He says, yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. If you're giving the address to people, they're going behind your back. The one downside of our industry is that there's 3.7 billion people on the internet that I say. It's like an ocean of people on the internet. But in an ocean, there's a lot of sharks in the ocean. And the sharks are swimming around ICIWorld because there's a lot of money at stake. So the lesson today is to make sure that you understand. If you do not have something advertised or listed, signed listing, even when you have signed listing, they can wait until it expires. Do people go after your listings after they expire? Yeah. So we're suggesting that you do not give the address. That was his mistake. Add another one. Does anybody remember the first question? You can look on your camera. Whoever took a picture, take a picture.
Will you pay me a commission?
Will you pay me a commission? So I asked, another broker called me one time, said first. And I asked him, he only had one listing. I said, what's going on? You should have 15. Every one of you should have 15 opportunities to make money. I'm here to help every single one of you make money. That's my whole job, just to help you guys make money. That's it. Using the powers of the internet. And that's what I really enjoy doing, is helping you make money. So I was wondering why he didn't have 15 opportunities. Well, I asked him, do you know the 3 questions? And he says, yeah. He says, I would ask the people for a 48-hour exclusive listing. Is that the first question? Is it the second question?
Yes.
The question he asked them was, he was asking them for a 48-hour exclusive listing. If you're talking to a for sale by owner, what's that for sale by owner going to say?
Yes.
No.
Bring me the buyer.
He's right. Bring you the buyer. He's trying to sell it himself privately. He does not want to list with the real estate person at that time. So the broker was asking him a question, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? Is that the full question?
No.
How many people say no? How many people say yes? There's question number 2. He was asking people for a 48-hour exclusive listing. Is that the full question? No. That's right. It took us 1 year to learn why some brokers weren't making money. We've been doing this over 20 years. That's why I say we're coming from the school of hard knocks, everything we've done. We've learned the hard way from the ground up because nobody did this service before. We're doing it. But I ask for invite you all for input for your information all the time. Questions?
So after the first question, do you put something in writing before?
There's nothing in writing here. If you can get a signed listing in writing, put it on MLS.
Well, not a listing, but something that says, I will pay this much commission.
You're not getting it right then and there. You're going to get it once you get a buyer, if I bring you a buyer. So let's say you put this piece of information on ICIWorld, and the beauty is, the same as the MLS puts your information on the internet, we're putting your information on the internet. It's wonderful. You have the power of the Fortune 1000 companies with your websites. You just have to promote them a little bit. So you put it out there and you get a call, and what's the first question that they're going to ask her when she has a listing on the internet? What are they going to ask?
Address.
What is the address of the property? Do you give it to them?
No.
Good. I'm glad to see everybody in the room saying no. That's a very important lesson. What you can say is something like this. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. You tell them. That's what we have to do. But if it's okay with you, you come to me on Saturday. I'll make an appointment for you to see it. And then what do you do on Friday, the day before your appointment? Out loud. Go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing to cover your showing. You know, in Lake Tahoe, I was there and I talked to a lot of the realtors in the area. This is how they're selling properties in the mountains. You can go skiing in one day and swimming in the water on the same day. Lake Tahoe, it's beautiful. A lot of movie star properties are there. But these people, they don't want their properties plastered all over the internet with all the beautiful interior furnishings, the Van Gogh paintings and sculptures and everything else that they have. They don't want that on the internet unless you have a buyer. They don't mind to share that with that one buyer. That's how they're selling properties. Question, who had the question? Yes.
The general listing, when it is already been listed, when it is listed on MLS.
Yes.
Search on the realtor.ca, they have the address and everything.
Yeah, right on
And
the-
they reach directly out.
That's right.
That's not, they'll lower the potential clients to us in one way.
Let's put it this way. ICIWorld is an independent society of real estate brokers and salespeople. Independent of a real estate broker. I think we're in the family of real estate boards myself because we only allow the same membership. If you can put it on the MLS, you should put it on the MLS. It's beautiful. There's no restriction here. I'm just saying these are all tools. Why just have one tool? Why not have both tools? And you can have both tools. So if you can get a signed listing, you put it on the MLS. Just by all means. And you should try to get an MLS signed listing. It's good for you.
And here, you can also get a buyer agent to sign with the buyer.
Yes. Yes. That's a good point, and we haven't got enough time to talk about it though right now, but that's a good point. If you, for some reason, I don't want to get into it right now because there's other things we can talk about. If we get through this and anybody has questions and you're worried about taking up the time in class, I'm going to stay here as long as you wish to answer any of your questions. Okay, let's give you a test. Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money. Does that give it away? No. If I said, now there's going to be 3 answers to this next question. 3 answers. One is yes, one is no, one is I don't know. If I said the restaurant was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, how many think it gives it away? How many people think it does not give it away? How many people do not know? Okay, so we have a little bit of each. Who said that it gives it away? Okay, why do you think it gives it away?
Well, it's likely that there may not be more than one restaurant at that intersection. So if I go to that intersection,
Well, let's say there were 3.
okay, so I can go and knock on all 3.
There you go. How long would it take you to knock on all 3 doors? How long? Half an hour, whatever.
Yeah.
And you could ask each owner how much are they willing to sell. And if the commission is 10%, how much money is that? $35,000. $35,000, that can do a lot right now. Can you use $35,000 today? Oh yeah. It can help you buy a car, pay a bunch of bills, mortgages, help your kids through school, buy a Valentine's Day gift.
Oh, yeah.
It can do a lot of stuff with 35 grand. But because your tongue gave it away, the people can go behind your back directly. And then you go speak to the owner in a couple of weeks from now and they said, well, they sold it. Oh, I sold it. They're going to say, I sold it myself. That's what they're going to say. And you were the one that sent them there. Interesting, eh? So I'm saying that this is our confidential information for our business. We got to protect it. Let's go to the second one. Toronto Triplex, 750. Does that give it away?
No.
Okay. If I said it was at the corner of Bloor and Ossington next to the Pizza,
Well, that's pretty.
does it give it away? Yes. I'm leading you someplace. Stay with me. 3 choice, 3 answers on this one. Does that give it away? Lindsay Esso gas station. How many people say yes? How many people say no?
Yes.
How many people don't know? Okay, I got some of each. Who said yes? And I'm gonna ask someone else. Why do you say it?
I think there's only one.
There's only one. There's only one Esso gas station there. You just gave it away. So what could you say? You could say branded gas station, 90 minutes to Toronto. Got it? This can make you a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money here is at stake. Brantford, $30 million shopping center, does it give it away?
Yes.
Why do you say? There's only one because it's a small town, right? Good. Okay, you've got a handle on it. You've got to be really careful. I have people who have a list of every single apartment building in Ontario. There's about 5 of them. And if you said I had a 287-unit apartment building in Cambridge, Ontario, they just search 287. That one's in Cambridge. There it is. Even by the number of apartments. You gotta be like a detective. If you think somebody can go behind your back, you gotta be careful. I had one person, they said I had a gas station on number 7 highway between the 404 and Yonge Street. How long does it take to drive on a Sunday afternoon and drive down number 7 highway, stop at each gas station, find out which one it is? Saving $75,000 commission. You know, you work awfully hard, every one of you, putting in hours around the clock, weekends and everything. You're going to school, you're going through courses, and you're learning all kinds of things, and Fisco and everything, it's just coming out of our ears. And then you find one piece of information that can make you money, and then you show the property and you make $50,000 with 2 hours work, but people don't know everything else that went in to be able to do that. I think, Doris, we're getting ready for you. The widgets, are you comfortable with knowing how the widgets can generate leads from your website? Is there anybody who wants to see that? Are there any questions up till now? How many people are interested in joining ICIWorld here today? How many do we have? Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Has any of you gone to this website yet? You can actually do that right online. You can actually go online right now, and before you leave, if you have if you need a hand doing it, we can do that. To sum up how we help you get these widgets on your website. They're absolutely inevitable to trigger leads. Figure it out. If you have these listings, let me just show you. If you have the listings on your website, you have a chance to trigger leads. If you do not have the widgets on your website, you have no chance to trigger leads. And let me just bring up, there's Robert Howell. Now in his case, he had a separate button called commercial and a separate one called residential. When you click on residential, up comes this listings right there, and there's Brampton listings. I personally like to sort them by price, but I would like to say I just want to search the Greater Toronto area, so I'm going to deselect Brampton and sort them by price. And there's an example of listings that are coming in. So, you know, somebody someday might call you on this one right here. They could call you on any of these homes, and you can either do a referral or make an appointment. Now, if you do not have these listings on your website, you have 0 chance to put food on the table. Any fishermen in here at all? Any fishermen? Anybody like fishing? No? I'm a fisherman, the only one in here. I fished a lot in Lake Ontario and all the lakes up north, fishing for bass and pike and pickerel and all of that stuff. I have a family that's into hunting and fishing. And when I grew up, we were in canoes and the Boy Scouts, and I did all that stuff. I look at marketing like fishing. Right now, you don't know where your next deal is coming from. But if you can put this on your website, that's like fishing. You have a chance to put food on the table. If you don't even put your line in the water, you have no chance. So this is giving you an opportunity to make money by having this on your website for the next 18 months. And if you're not triggering leads every 90 days, you got to make sure you give us a call, and we're going to help you promote your website. There's very special ways that everybody can promote their website. If you're talking to a customer, and a lot of you will maybe not be able to, you might be residential, but you're going to notice you have businesses on this website as well. These are hotels, motels, restaurants, gas stations, power of sales. You got it all. If I click on restaurants, you can be talking to a restaurant owner today. Let's see if we can do that. Hang on 1 second. And you'll see restaurants coming up on the screen. These are all restaurants. So when you're leaving the restaurant and you just finished eating, you could talk, I'll pretend you're a restaurant owner. I'm gonna suggest you take your business card and give it to that restaurant owner and say, I have a website, I'm in real estate, but I thought I'd let you know that I had over 150 restaurants, buyers and sellers on my website, in case you're ever thinking of buying or selling yourself, maybe you give me a call. If he ends up giving you a call, you don't have to sell the restaurant. What can you do? Do a referral to the broker that's got that listing. Referrals are 5 minutes each. They're averaging $3,000 to $10,000. If you have these, you have a chance to trigger these leads to do referrals. If you don't have them, you have zero chance. What else do you have on your website? Well, there it is. There's 119 of these right there. Let's go down further. There's all the different kinds of businesses that you can have on your website. And you will also have those exclusive ones from the public as well on your website as well. So all of these things show up on your website, such as you see here. And shows you how it looks on other salesperson. There's residential. These are a sample of a website that we supply for brokers as well. The beauty of this, somebody clicks on one of these and they click on it, up comes these listings from other brokers. If you're in real estate, you got it. This is the minimum thing you should have in real estate, even if you're part-time. Because now you can send people to your website and they might find a home that suits them perfectly. They click on it and bingo, up comes your name, your picture, your phone number. They call you on that. And if you don't want to sell it, you don't have to. What can you do? A referral. You should be triggering leads to do referrals. Yeah. If you have these on the internet, these kind of listings, you have a chance to trigger leads to do referrals. If you don't have it, there's no chance, basically. Well, let's go to another website. Here's another one. Nice, simple website, $16.50. Listings. I mean, you spend thousands to get your license and thousands to keep it. When you think about all the courses you got to take every 2 years, registration, RICO, and insurance, and everything else, at least have something that can make you some money, right? And that's what these kind of things do. All of these choices here. What else? And there's other things that we show you how to do over the years too as well. NicoleWilliams.ca. Here's a nice website. And I really like, this is something new, just the word exclusive. You actually have a choice. You can have residential or commercial, or you could have just one button called exclusives. You have the choice. You have to direct us how you would like it on your website. Even though I've been a broker for over 40 years, I want everyone to consider me as a personal marketing and information assistant to you personally. So I'm an assistant to you. You're the CEO of your company, but I have a lot of experience working with 1,000 brokers every day, every hour on the hour, and I'll just simply make recommendations to you, and then it's up to you what you would like to do. So in summarizing what we're doing, we're going to finish up here, and I'm going to feel free to answer questions as we go along. We support all websites in the world, whether you have income websites, Web4 Realty, agent website, iAgent, everybody in the business, we've got them all. We help to put the widgets on everyone's website by simply sending you the instructions. You forward it to your website designer, but then you should have a follow-up appointment. We're like a doctor. If we have an operation, 2 weeks later you go see the doctor, how are you doing? We want to make sure. That's another reason why some people didn't make money. Their widgets were not installed properly. So there's issues with these things. You buy a new car, sometimes there's something wrong. You got to take it back to the dealership. You don't abandon the car. If you have a flat tire, you don't abandon the car. You get it fixed. And we're sort of the fixers to kind of help you do that. That's our pledge that's published online. There is one thing I'm going to ask everyone in the room to do now. There is a survey sheet someplace in your documents called evaluation. I'm going to ask you, please, can you please fill in the evaluation form now? I really appreciate your feedback very much, and this helps me to design these seminars going forward. And Doris, I want to thank you so much for helping out today. I always appreciate your help as always. It takes about 1 minute, and I really do appreciate your feedback on this session. Yes.
So, I'm gonna sign up, you sign up.
Yes, and before you go, if you have any trouble signing up online on that website, you just come and see me. And also, whoever signs up on that website, just show me how you made your payment with your phone, and you get one of these corporate cards right away. I'll be giving you this corporate card right now. So you just have to, and I want to make sure that you booked your appointment. I don't want to let anyone fall between the cracks. And this way, we have an appointment. Now, on the appointments, if you have an appointment and you cannot make it at the last minute, just change the appointment to another time. No problem. Okay? And that way, if you miss, we've had some people miss 1, 2, 3 appointments because if somebody wants to go see a home, you gotta go show that. So we're pretty good understanding for that. All of the people at home that are listening still, you need to go to nreils.com, and in your particular case, on your first appointment, we're going to mail this corporate card to you. I'm wondering if I'm still got the camera on here. Yes, I do. We're going to mail you the corporate card by snail mail, and we'll be doing that on your first appointment, sending this corporate card out to you. That gives you hundreds of dollars on discounts on various things, over 200 vendors for various things. I can actually show you some of those discounts in a moment here. Let me see, where am I? There's some of them there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that. Let's see if this works. There we go. There's some of the discounts that all members are going to be getting when they join.
Oh, we forgot to do the draw, Gary.
I'm sorry?
We forgot to do the draw.
Oh, okay. Do you want to bring it up to the front?
Yeah, we gotta do the draw. Yeah. Yeah, we should have done the draw, yeah.
I left my business card in my car.
Yeah, get one with your name on it. Or somebody on the front desk.
And just a rough figure, how many people have joined here today? Roughly? Okay.
Today? No.
Oh, just wondering if you signed up online.
Okay. 1 second, Doris.
If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to come up to the front as well. Everyone's got the card in here?
1 second, 1 second.
Oh, okay. So for new people getting started, it's absolutely essential to have a website with listings. Without it, you're basically out of business. People that have no listings on a real estate board now are actually out of business. But when you have a website, you're going to have thousands of listings on your website. So you can start sending all your friends, clients, relatives, everybody to your website. And they're going to see how well connected you are because you also have lists of buyers on your website that other brokers don't have. And, okay, so I'll just kind of pick one card out here. And this is for a 1-year membership for whoever's going to be the lucky one. And it's me. How can it be? Oh, don't tell me that's you.
No, that's
Is
not.
that you? Who's that?
What does it say? Well, that's me.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. Okay. Nice.
Very good.
Should put the newcomers.
Yeah, I'm a newcomer. It's my first time here.
There's also another way to start for $30 per month. If anyone's interested for that, you're welcome to do that as well. There's a $30 a month option at this nreils.com. So you can join for $30 per month as well. And that concludes our session for today. Thank you for having me in, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Do you have a stapler, Gary? Not too here.
In here.
Do you have any questions?
Thanks. So just to be clear, Peter, what did I just get?
A 1-year membership.
Executive membership.
Nice. Good stuff.
Here you go.
So if you wanna, and if you wanna website.
We'll talk about that in.
I have a website.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
first one. We'll talk about that in the first one.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Does anybody need to make an appointment with us?
So I just made a payment, so can I have my?
Oh, okay. Welcome aboard. Okay, did you make your appointment?
Oh.
Yeah, you get one too.
Okay, go to ICIWorld.com. Just click on the logo at the top will do it. And you see where it says make an appointment at the very top?
Yeah.
Click on that and follow it through. Click on 60.
Should I be doing this?
Absolutely,
Oh, wait,
absolutely. Just book your appointment right
Oh,
there.
just wait.
And actually, you can go ahead and sign up normally, but don't pay. Okay? Go to nrcils.com and sign up normally, but don't pay. So our goal is to make sure every single one of you generates leads, and I won't be happy until you all do.
Where do I sign up?
So this is a phone call, it's a phone call, right?
We're doing it over the internet,
Skype?
a real phone.
Okay.
However, I'm going to be showing you how you can use your laptop and you talk through the internet. There's a way to do both. And we'll pick the one where the audio works best. Sometimes people have good audio in the afternoon, the audio on the internet doesn't work when somebody's at home. But in the morning, we use the computers to talk to each other through the internet. So we help you one-on-one to make sure you get started. So, much like you can have a car and you have a mechanic to fix things, that's what we do. We don't fix things to get the internet working better.
So which one am I choosing? This 18 months?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
And then
great,
fill in
great,
your
great.
application form, get it all out.
Yeah. You can generate leads. Great business.
So, are you coming aboard or? Thinking about it?
Not today. However, as I mentioned, when I have the opportunity to, or somebody actually really interested into, when I see it, maybe beneficial to me. I mean, I see it nowadays, but I don't have like a case I can work with. So what to a case, like a listing or something like that. But I know you mentioned that I can have somebody else's. I just put it as not in the location. But anyway, I'll have it